Hi, I'm Kira, welcome to my channel. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be binging the Briar series by Elle Kennedy. This is a 4-book series that is a spin-off of the Off-Campus series, which is another 4-book series, 5 books if you count the Legacy, but I've heard it sucks, so I didn't read it, so I'm not going to count it. Off-Campus is a college hockey romance series, each book following a different couple, but still interconnected. Highly recommend if you haven't read it yet. I read the whole series the end of 2021, beginning of 2022, but I never continued on to Briar, and I don't know why. I guess the moment passed and I didn't own them all until last year. I meant to get to it last year at some point, but since I didn't, I made it a top priority to do this year, and we're starting it off strong. We're gonna get these done this month, first month of the year. Like I said, these are a spin-off series of the Off-Campus series. This is also hockey romance. I'm pretty sure they're all hockey romances. If they aren't, I'll let you know as we go through them. This is also interconnected, follows 4 different couples, each book a different couple, and I believe we do get to see some of the off-campus people in here as well. I hope we do. Let's go through the books now. We have The Chase, which is book 1. We know this guy from Off-Campus. His name sounds familiar. And why do I feel like it's Dean's little sister, Summer? Is that who this one is about? I'm pretty sure this one is Summer's book. I know she has one of them. The Risk. I don't know who this one is. Then we have The Play, which is book 3 and is also annotated by Bestie Payton. So that's another reason why I wanted to get this series done, because I want to read her annotations. And the last one we have The Dare. So my plan is to just binge these back to back to back to back over the next week and a half, 2 weeks. I think it should be possible because sports romances tend to just like fly by for me. And like I'm used to Elle Kennedy's writing, so it's not something that's gonna like throw me off. And they're all under 400 pages, I believe. I'm gonna aim for like 3 days max for each of them. So that gives me 2 weeks. I am going to start later today with The Chase. So I guess I'll update you later on today once I start this. Hey! So it's actually been a couple days. I forgot to update you yesterday. I'm now, I think Goodreads said 53% of the way through The Chase, chapter 19, about to start. If I didn't say this before, this is a spoiler rating vlog. So if you haven't read this series yet, then I recommend clicking off if you're planning to read it, so you don't get spoiled. Yeah, I'm having mixed feelings about this book so far. On the one hand, I'm loving being back in this universe and being at Briar University with the hockey team and stuff. I think I'm just really back in my sports romance, hockey romance era, but also I don't know how I feel about Summer and Fitz together. Like individual characters, I like them, but put them in a room together, I don't know how I feel. There's been quite a bit of miscommunication between them. First of all, Fitz says something, she overhears it, about him not wanting to be with her for whatever reasons. And it was him convincing himself and his friends that he doesn't want to date her or be involved with her, when he really does. And she overheard it. So, miscommunication 1. She has ADHD, which has caused some learning disabilities for her. Like, she can't like write long form essays and stuff, and she has a hard time focusing. Just like didn't do great in school and stuff. Fitzy doesn't know that at this point yet. The point I'm talking about is like Fitzy is reading this like fantasy series where all the books are like 1,000 pages, whatever. And she was like, "Oh, I've read that too." And he doesn't believe her, but like he's just in shock. But he doesn't know how to communicate that to her. And the way he was like acting when he was acting shocked and stuff about her having read the books, I didn't really take it as a bad way, but if I put myself in her position, I probably would have taken it the same way she did. But also at the same time, it kind of annoying because she didn't let him speak. Like he was trying to explain himself kind of, but she just like immediately cut him off, didn't let him talk anymore. Miscommunication number 2. And then it's all fine and dandy, they make up. He's gonna help her with writing her thesis paper, I think it is, and then she's gonna be the model that he draws for his video game that he's creating. So like they're on good terms there. And it just kind of goes downhill a bit again at the bar after she gets in the fight and he like feels like he has to defend her. I don't know, it's like a lot of back and forth, which I don't really like. And I feel like the main conflict of this is going to be more miscommunication, if there is a third act conflict, which honestly I'm kind of expecting at this point. Oh, also I forgot to mention, the story is about Summer and Fitz, but Hunter is also in the picture right now. He likes Summer and Summer is like kind of liking him back, but then she's still obsessed with Fitz. So it's kind of giving a love triangle. Not loving that. I definitely don't think this is going to be my favorite one of the series. We'll see what happens. Alright, please excuse the mess on the ground back there. I did finish the chase last night. I didn't start the risk, so we'll be doing that today. I'm giving 3 stars for a couple reasons. I did appreciate that there kind of technically wasn't a third act breakup like I was expecting. Like, I mean, she tried to break up with him, but literally the sentence after he's like, no, we're not doing that. Appreciated that because they actually like talked through what was happening instead of her just breaking up with him and like leaving. He like made her talk about it. But I'm giving it a low rating because of the miscommunication beforehand when they should have talked earlier in the book about other stuff and they just didn't. They eventually got to it, but it would have been so much easier if they just talked to each other. I don't know, it just felt like an anticlimactic book. The thing that happened at the end with the teacher is like, yeah, that's like a big thing that happened, but I feel like it wasn't, like it was kind of sprinkled in throughout the thing. He was like creepy, but I feel like it wasn't as powerful it could have been, you know? Or like it wasn't as big of a plot as it should have been. It just kind of like thrown at the end, and then it didn't really go anywhere after that because it was like at the very end, you know? Final reason why I'm giving it a low rating is because what is happening with Hunter? Like, she just ditched him and he's sad about it and he's upset. This book is the play, right? Let me make sure. We didn't get closure on Hunter in this book when he was like a pretty big part of it and he was like really into Summer. Yeah. Hunter's book isn't till the play, which is the 3rd book. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get anything about him in this book or if it's just gonna like breeze over it until the 3rd book and he's just gonna be sad and upset in this one too, which I don't want because I like Hunter. So yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes. But yeah, the last 100-ish pages when Fitz and Summer are like actually together, I like them together. 3 stars. I enjoyed it. I'm now gonna start the Risk, book 2, and hope to get like 200 pages in today. This one's about Brenna and Jake, but Jake is like one of the briar rival teams. I think it's Harvard. Yeah, Jake is on Harvard's hockey team, and Brenna is the coach's daughter of Briar's hockey team. And according to the back, is fake dating. So I'm excited about that. I love a good fake dating trope. And we got a bit of them interacting in the chase, and like right now they're like annoyed with each other. Like they don't like each other. I'm excited for this one. Guys, I am on chapter 24 of The Risk, a little over halfway. I am enjoying this a lot more than I was enjoying the chase. I was enjoying the chase. Like 3 star is middle of the road. It's not terrible, it's not fantastic, it's good. This, loving, having a blast. The part I'm at, I'm not sure if it's like the 3rd act breakup, except it's like the halfway point breakup where Brenna's like, we can't do this anymore because of my dad, like he's not gonna be happy, and then she like ghosts Jake. I don't know if that's what's going to be considered like the 3rd act breakup or if there's going to be another one, but if it is the only like breakup we have, I'm going to be very appreciative of that, and for it not to happen like with 20-30 pages left and it gets resolved very quickly, as do most 3rd act breakups and conflicts happen. If that's the case, I will be very happy that it actually happened earlier on and we had more time for it to get figured out, and like it's one that makes sense. I'm okay with it because I get why she's doing it. It's the same day, just now 11 p.m. I just finished The Risk. Wasn't planning on finishing it, but I just couldn't stop reading it. I will tell you my thoughts in the morning because I need to go to bed. Good morning. As I kind of checked in with you last night, I finished The Risk. Don't know how I did it, but I did. I think I read like 250 pages of this yesterday. I couldn't put it down. I'm giving this 4.25 stars, which I think is the first time I've ever like fully give a book 4.25 stars, because I like to keep it like only half-star ratings, but this year I think I'm gonna like let myself do kind of the more specific ratings, because definitely last year there's some books I could have done like 0.25, 0.75 on them. So this is 4.25. It was going to be 4.5, but then the ending just threw me off of it. I loved Brenna and Jake together. Their banter was amazing. This whole book was hilarious. I love the side characters. I wish Weston had his own book. I loved him personally. What I didn't like is on the back it says for every fake date he wants a real one, and in my head I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be a couple fake dates, they're gonna couple real dates. No, they did one fake date for her to impress this interviewer guy that she wanted to work for, and so she invited Jake because the guy loved him. It didn't feel enough fake datey to me, and then they only had one real date in exchange for that. So I wish there would have been like at least 2, maybe 3 fake dates, which then resulted in them doing 2 to 3 real dates instead of just that one off, just because that's what I was expecting based on the back. Also, the ending, remember before when I said there was like a breakup in the middle of the book? I guess it's technically not a breakup because they weren't really together yet, but then the real breakup happened like 50 pages to the end, and they only got back together like 10 pages. Literally the last chapter of the book before the epilogue. And the epilogue wasn't even them together. It was just her watching the game, and she was with his parents and his friend. I would have liked at least one more chapter of them actually together, and then the epilogue maybe. But it's like I didn't get enough closure. Anyways, still loved it. Had a great time. I'm very excited to move on though, because next is the play, and this is the one that Bestie Payton annotated for me when we did an annotated book swap last year, and I've been waiting to read this because I needed to find a good time to finish the series. I'll do a better flip through later, but here's kind of ish. This one is Hunter, which I'm very excited to see how this plays out, because the rescue is kind of a playboy, but then at the end he's like taking a vow of celibacy, so we'll see how that goes. And I think her name is Demi, and we haven't met her yet. Gonna get into this today. Check in later. Update time. Did I update yesterday? Yeah, I did. I think yesterday I only read like 2 chapters of this, possibly. Not that much. Right now, I'm on chapter 11, almost 100 pages in. My plan is to get to at least 200 pages tonight and then read the last 180-ish pages tomorrow. I really like this so far. Loving Hunter, but I was not really surprised because I liked him in the other books. Demi, not sure how I'm feeling about her currently. We start the book off with her being in a relationship. Her boyfriend Nico and her had been together for 8 years. They're still together at this point. And her and Hunter are working on a psychology class project together over the term. And I love the friendship. This book is pure comedy too, especially the hockey boys. And reading Payton's annotations as I'm going through this is just making it 10 times better. I messaged her a couple times today. The first one, she made a comment about how Coach Jensen, the hockey coach, reminds her of Coach from Teen Wolf. And I messaged her, I was like, that is so true. And then there's another part where one of them asks where Ruby is, which is one of Hunter's roommates. One of the girls was like, she's at home watching reruns of Glee, and Payton wrote relatable. So I messaged her, I was like, very relatable, because I'm actually currently in the middle of a Glee rewatch. Hi, it's Editing Kira. If anyone is concerned about my Glee rewatch and wants to know where I'm at, I filmed this video 2-ish weeks ago, and I had like a few episodes left of season 4, like at the time I was filming this video. In the current moment, I don't think I've watched an episode for like the past week, because the next episode in my rewatch is the quarterback episode, and I don't think I've rewatched that episode in its full length in the past 9 years since I watched it for the first time. And I'm not ready to watch that right now, so the rewatch has been put on pause for a while, but I do intend to get back to it because I'm almost done with it. So the timing was perfect for me to read this. Enjoying my time reading this so far. So it's been a few days. I just finished the play. I have some thoughts. I'm landing on a rating of 3.25 because I feel like I enjoyed it slightly more than The Chase, but not enough to give it 3.5 because there's a lot that like annoyed me too. Last time I talked, I don't think that Demi and Nico had broken up yet. That happened about the 150 mark when she finds out he's been cheating on her, and also after she like ignored Hunter when he told her that Nico was cheating. Like literally she was like, no, he's not. Girlie should have listened. So that annoyed me a bit. And then throughout the rest of the book, she kept pushing Hunter to break his vow of celibacy so that he could be her rebound after breaking up with Nico. She says she was like teasing about it whenever, but it was like constantly asking him to be her rebound. And I talked with Peyton about this a little bit because she made some annotations saying how that annoyed her too. There's one point when Demi sent a text to Hunter and it was like, have you changed your mind yet about being my rebound or something along those lines? And then literally 2 seconds later, she sent a text after he didn't respond. I think he didn't respond. She sent another text immediately after and was like, I'm gonna stop talking about this now. I know it makes you uncomfortable. Girl, if you know what makes him uncomfortable, why do you keep bringing it up? I was flabbergasted, honestly. Demi started to annoy me about halfway through into like the rest of the book. When they like finally got together and Hunter was like, screw it, breaking the vow. Because she egged him on. Wasn't really his choice. She was testing him. Like, not in like a not consensual way, but like he wouldn't have done it if she didn't say something consistently to him. But like once they were actually together, it was fine. The last 100 pages, they're fine. I was okay. It was whatever. The ending, iffy feelings about it. I feel like it could have done a better job of wrapping up. It's kind of a sudden ending. I really enjoyed the first half though, when Demi and Hunter were working on the project together and they were strictly just friends. And she was still with Nico, so like she wasn't trying to get with Hunter quite yet. So I liked them as friends very much and I enjoyed that first half of the book. Also, this book is pure comedy with the hockey boys and the stupid egg. Not even gonna explain it because if you know, you know. I was cracking up after Peyton said that Coach Jensen reminded her of Coach from Teen Wolf. There's another part where Coach Jensen was giving the boys like a pep talk before a game, and the way it was described was probably just a completely normal pep talk for pre-game. But I messaged her, I was like, literally the only thing I'm picturing in this moment is Coach from Teen Wolf giving the Independence Day speech before the game.
Is this? Yeah, it's a speech from Independence Day. What is the day the world declared in one voice? Coach's favorite movie. We will not go quietly into the night.
He doesn't know any sports speeches?
I don't think he cares. Today we celebrate our Independence Day.
That was all I was thinking about after she said that he reminded her of Coach. Loved Hunter. It would kind of be a 3 stars with all the issues I had with it, but bumping it up the extra point to 5 because I loved Hunter and this book was hilarious. So there's that done. Moving on to the last one. We kind of match. Saw the Mean Girls movie today, so had to wear pink, and now I matched the book. Next, we have The Dare, the 4th and final book of the Briar U series. This one is the shortest one at 320 pages. I think this is the shortest one. I don't think the chase was this short. So I'm expecting to fly through this. This one is about Connor, who we met in the play, and I liked him, and Taylor, which we have not met her yet. So I'm interested to see if she has like any friendships with the people we know already, or if she's just completely new. This is another fake dating. It kind of seems like maybe a fake dating to like get her sorority sisters to like her or something. Why do I feel like this is like the lowest rated one of the series on Goodreads and that I'm kind of scared for it? Yeah, this is like the lowest rated of all 4, so we'll see what happens, I guess. And The Risk was the highest rated. It makes sense, because that's one I hear people talk about, so it's a favorite. I'm going to go start this now, and I will get back to you when I have an update. Hi, it's the next day. Giving just a super quick update. So last night I was expecting to maybe read 30-40 pages of The Dare before I went to bed. I read, what, 70-80 pages? Because I could not put this down. I love Connor right now. This has probably my favorite, like, start to the book out of all 4 of them. Like, I'm obsessed with this right now, and I'm scared that something's gonna happen that's gonna make me hate it completely based on overall rating on Goodreads. I haven't looked at, like, reviews of people saying why they didn't like it. I'm not going to in case it sways my opinion. I will after I read it, but I'm expecting the worst to happen. I'm hoping it doesn't, because I'm really liking them right now, but we'll see if that changes. Hi. Alright, so it's the next day, and I did in fact finish The Dare last night. I'm giving it a 3 stars. I figured out why this is the lowest rated book in the series. As you saw from I think the last clip I filmed last night, I was obsessed with the first half of this book. I was eating it up, couldn't put it down. And then the 200-ish page mark, Connor started to piss me off. He was in trouble with like Kai and stuff at that part, like when he was trying to get money for him. And then he just ghosted Taylor and started canceling plans with no explanation. That's when I got annoyed with him. And then he came around, kind of liking him again. It was kind of like, And then something else happens, and like the video of Taylor and Rebecca gets posted, and Taylor just like freaks out and is like, sorry Connor, we're done. Doesn't give him an explanation of why, doesn't tell him what happened, and just ghosts him. Like, guys, can we communicate, please? This would be so much easier if you just talked to each other, because both of them are like, okay, whatever. After they explained it, it's like, it's not that big of a deal. If you just would have talked it out, could have gone a lot smoother. It just went downhill. But I'm still giving it 3 stars because of how much I enjoyed the first 150-ish pages of this book. I just feel like I can't give it anything lower. But I can't give it anything higher because of the second half of the book, which I absolutely like hated. Yay, miscommunication, right? Anyways, let's do a little recap of the series. The Chase, I gave 3 stars as well. I just remember miscommunication and they both kind of annoyed me. The Risk, 4.25. My favorite of the series. The Play, 3.25. Loved Hunter. Demi, girl pissed me off for a bit in the middle and then kind of was alright towards the end. And The Dare, 3, for reasons I just said. I will say though, I did like the fake dating aspects of this book more than I did The Risk because it was like a longer period of time. Whereas I felt The Risk was just like a one-time thing, whereas I was thinking it was going to be more because of what the back said, but that's on me. So I did appreciate more fake dating in this one. But again, the miscommunication. Do we really need it? No. That is it for the Briar You series. I enjoyed my time with it, but now I'm happy to have it all off my TBR. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I feel like if I read these right after I read the Off-Campus series, I would have liked them a lot more. I just feel like my tastes have changed. That's why I kind of don't want to reread the Off-Campus series because I want to just leave it with the image I have of it in my head already where I really, really enjoyed it. These ones, nice to go back, but I just don't have the same feelings of these as I did the Off-Campus series. I read a review actually on Goodreads where it said the thing that was missing in these books that was in the Off-Campus series was the guys felt more like friends. Like Off-Campus, all 4 of the guys lived together and we saw them a lot throughout the books, even if it wasn't their specific book, I feel like. Whereas this one, half of them were at Briar, half of them were at Harvard. They don't live together. 2 of the guys lived together, Hunter and Fitz did at one point. But other than that, Jake was at a whole different school. We didn't see anyone but tiny snippets of Hunter in the last book. I don't know, I just felt like that's what was missing, and I completely agree with the person who said that. That is it for this video. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you soon.